Dokken, Standing in the Shadows. Who wasn't influenced by George Lynch in the 80s, and who still isn't with Lynch Mob? Come on, just amazing. This is a CVT guitar lesson for Aaron, but I told him I'd put a couple of the parts on video for him just because. So let's do it. This is actually a standard tune song. I was thinking it was going to be a half step down, but it's not. Now, what Lynch is doing in here, which is like what he does in It's Not Love. I forgot the riff now for It's Not Love. You take your index and middle, stick them together like that, and we're going to pluck upwards on the D and G string with this. He's got a lot of reverb, and it's a little tricky because this is actually a little, I mean, the chord outline is, which is very Lynch, right? It's two guitars as well, but if you listen close, you're going to hear the 7 D and G, which I'm just barring, pluck, and then just the root note, the 7 off the D twice. It's in my mind all these years since I never learned this song. I was thinking like It's Not Love, where it doubles through all of it, and it doesn't appear to be that way. So also, I accented in your tabs. Darker is accented, so it would pop a little more. Okay, then 10th fret D and G, use your pinky, do the same thing. Then go, so. See. Then back to 7D. To 9-10 DG, together. Twice on the root, the 9th fret, pluck them again. Then the root. To the 7th fret. So that slowly it's. Oops, I screwed it up already slowly. And then 8-10 D and G. 8D, 8-10 D, vibrato. So if you use the fingering on your tabs that I put, you're going to set yourself up perfectly. That power chord may seem weird with finger 2 and 4. I actually like it, but you don't have to move things around so much. Vibrato's it. Then he starts it over. But this time when you go to the 10th fret, do the double, single, double 7s, 9-10 DG together, with the root twice, the double, the root, 2 open D and Gs, rest, and then another one to 7 AD. That is very hard to hear, and I'm 99% sure that's what I'm hearing on that first track, but it's overdubbed with a heavy guitar, you know, doing like right over that. So don't overthink that. If something's throwing you off in there, Aaron, just end it on, you know, you can just keep it the same way as the first half of it. Now that's called section 1A. It's obviously clean channel stuff. Then when the distortion kicks in for the next part at 26 seconds in, it's going to be this. Now Lynch is just a chord master. You didn't want the solo in this, but even the rhythm behind the solo, the chordings and stuff George does is all thought out, man, and that's why his solos melodically work so well, man. It's an interesting journey. Open, 2-3, A, D, G, B. Of course, that can be played here too, but Lynch does a lot with the opens over here. The F, 1, 3, 3, 2. I was kind of hoping and listening for Lynch will do like what he does in the Hunter, but he just went for the standard F. The Rock G, which is what I call it. 3 mute, open, 3, 3. open 2-2 ADG, 3-5-5, same strings, and then G major, 3 mute open open, with another rock G where you don't necessarily have all the notes of it ring, you mute out that A. It just feels, you know, fat and solid. So G, F, G, A, C, G. So he's doing a mixture of the open chords with the power chords, and some of them open chords, you know, like the G with the muted A string in there. Okay, section 2, 30 seconds in. This is one of the main hooks. Love this. Oops. Dang it, I'm blowing it. Let me highlight these chords for you. And then 7/8. That's a long ride out, and then the slide, and then back to, and then. So we're gonna fill in those pockets with some palm muting. 2-3 G and B. Palm mute the open D string twice. You know, stuff like that you can subgroup like, and then you take that shape up to 5-6. You can make that a subgroup, right? Then we got 6 palm mutes after the 5-6. 7/8 G and B. Palm mute the open D once. Back to 7/8 to 5-6 vibrato. Now a lot of times with this type of where you have maybe one palm muted note, it gets lost in the mix. So you really, you know, you may not hear that, but you'll hear the, but he's going, there is a difference there. It keeps it flowing, so. And then right back to the 2-3 to 5-6. But this time when you go 5-6, it's going to be followed with only 2 palm mutes off the D string. So last time it was followed by 6. Then we go to 7/8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, and then a down up. So it's 8. But in reality, you're going. There's a slide up the 12th fret A. Don't overanalyze that stuff, Aaron. Just get your slide in there. And then start it over. And then this one's different. 2-3, 2 palm mutes on the D. 5-6 GB, 2 palm mutes off the D. That's the same, but then he jumps back to the 2-3 instead of the 7/8. It tricked me at first because I thought he was going, but no. On this 4th one, it's followed by 4 palm mutes on the D. 3A slide to 5, 3A. And no vibrato. Usually there's vibrato in that stuff with him. Not a whole lot of room to do it, but. Right? Alright, and then, let's see, that's the end of page 1. I'll give you, I think this is a verse breakdown. Section A, 45 seconds in. He's got it on the distortion, but he's backed his volume up a little so it's not as heavy. It's similar to what you just did. So the 2-3, 2 open D's palm muted. You'll do the 5-6 followed by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 open D's palm muted. Try not to count it. Try to feel it. Listen to the song and listen where the. Okay, and then get your chord placement in there. So. Then you're right back to the 2-3, followed by 2 palm mutes on the D, 5-6, 2 palm mutes on the D, 7, 8, followed by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 more of those open Ds, just like last time. So once again, listen for chord placement. Okay, then back to 2, 3. Palm mutes on the D. 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 once again. So it's kind of like starting it over, right? Right? And back to 2, 3. 2 open palm mutes. 5, 6 GB. 2 palm mutes open D. 2, 3 GB. 4 open Ds palm muted. So it's really section 2 at the next level. Okay, so you end with, it's a good subgroup, or from the 5, 6 you can go. See what I'm doing with the subgrouping? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's a C sliding to a D, sliding to a C. Power chord. 3, 5, A, D, slide to 5, 7, back to 3. Back to 3, 5. So then you got section 3B, which is just kind of a variation of all that. There's a really cool like bridge section. I won't go into detail on it here, I just want you to hear a little bit of it. Section 4 at 114. Just love the chordings. I wanted you to hear it. Oh yeah. There it is. And then it drops you back into the open A, but then he kind of goes through the same chords, but he's arpeggiating. And I like this part even better. And then stuff's hard to hear in there, but that's in there. It's a hold as well. Just that alone, man. So